Forget about clutter, forget compromise. This might just be the only throne that your Mac Mini M4 deserves to sit on. A Thunderbolt 5 powered beast with up to 16 terabytes of storage and a design that actually matches your setup. So let's inspect.
Hey everybody, so good to meet you. Michael here. You can call me the Tech Mishka. This continues to be my favorite mini PC ever. It's made by Apple, the Mac Mini with M4, and it's something that, despite the fact I tend to recommend to anyone regardless part of the Apple ecosystem or not, comes with the typical Apple design language, therefore certain limitations that, at least in my case, have been keeping me away from the ecosystem for quite some time. The fact that if you want to get the most out of it, you have to add dongles, which are going to make it feel like a Christmas tree. There's a bit of a challenge with adding more storage on the inside because in its most budget-oriented flavor, it has only 256 gigabytes, which I think we can agree on the standards of 2025 are totally not enough. This is why I'm really excited to show you this buddy, something that you can put on top or underneath the Mac Mini, and comes with very smart solutions about both the ports, distribution, and adding more storage without having to sacrifice your warranty. And because out there on the market there already are plenty of similar solutions, I'm going to highlight which are the positives, the negatives, compare against the closest competitors, and give you my honest opinion about the Beelink Mate Mini. Let's dive into it.
See the pack? Just pay attention to the pulls, the materials, the feeling while we unbox it, and inside, machined aluminium finish, identical footprint, and a seamless match to the Mac Mini M4's aesthetics. It looks like Apple made it, but Beelink did. You can get it in two flavors, with a single M2 NVMe slot or a dual slot version, which we'll talk about more in a moment. Let's check the I/O first. This is where the Mate Mini steps into its pro-tier territory. At its core is the Intel JHL9480 Thunderbolt 5 controller, unlocking up to 80 gigs bidirectional bandwidth, meaning zero compromise for 8K workflows, high-speed transfers, or maxed-out peripherals.
So that's a great array of extra ports, and together with it, this computer finally starts to look like something really decent in terms of ability to connect peripherals. And I think Beelink were assessing the situation in a really smart way because of their choice for ports. For example, here we have a PD port for power distribution, and unfortunately no, it cannot power the entire computer. It is meant to be used only if you connect peripherals requiring more than 15 watts. Then we have here the Thunderbolt port, which as you can see is busy with the connection to the Mini M4. There's an audio jack, a USB Type A, actually two of these ports, and although I do agree with Apple that Type C is a great concept, despite the chaos around certifications, we cannot deny that there still are a lot of Type A devices out there, and using converters to Type C all the time is annoying the least. There also is this RJ45 LAN port, and if you feel it's kind of redundant, no, it's not. In its standard configuration, the Mac Mini comes with gigabit LAN, and if you want to go for the 10 gig edition, this is going to cost you another extra $100, exactly or almost exactly as much as you're going to pay for the Mate Mini. But you know, all these ports are more like a complementary feature, because the real deal about it is the storage capabilities, something I want to show you right now.
This is where the Beelink Mate Mini really pulls ahead. Thanks to the dual M2 NVMe slots, you can load up to 16 terabytes of blazing fast storage inside the dock itself. An important note though, if you go for the dual slot option, the second NVMe slot will only work if there's a drive in slot 1, a quirk of the system design, but nothing that breaks the functionality. And obviously, with a single slot Mate Mini, 8 terabytes is the maximum, which is still about 30 times more than the original 256 gigs inside the Mac Mini itself. Given the Thunderbolt 5 based concept, you can use quite fast drives. However, I'd recommend PCI Express generations 3 or 4 because Gen 5 drives are still expensive and their maximum transfer speeds would exceed the Thunderbolt capacity here, and the dock is gonna be sort of a bottleneck. Not a huge one, but will still be there, and probably won't matter at all for slower kind of drives. Having a quick look at the internals reveals active cooling, which is nice and quiet. Apparently the installation is very easy, but I definitely feel that these two screws over here are quite tricky and will probably annoy you during the installation of an NVMe. Let's hope that Beelink are going to improve their placement with future batches. Should we test the transfer speeds? Well, easily over 3000 megabytes per second, depending on the SSD of course. Ideal for creators, developers or anyone needing quick access to large files without cluttering the desktop. Daily use is smooth, whether you're offloading RED camera footage, building a dual display setup or pushing massive code repos, this dock won't slow you down. It keeps cool even under pressure, and the pass-through power delivery works flawlessly in case your devices require a bit more power. To me, the biggest concern, of course, was the drive speed, and here you can see the comparison with exact numbers between the inbuilt storage with Mac Mini M4 and the Samsung Evo 960 Pro. Now, interesting to see how the Beelink Mate Mini stacks up against competitors like the Minisopuru Mini 4 Pro and the Ugreen Mac Mini M4 dock. Well, the Mate Mini has Thunderbolt 5, while both of the competitors are still relying on Thunderbolt 4. The Beelink Mate device supports dual NVMe drives, while Minisopuru supports just one, yet comes at a cheaper price, and I remind you, it's a bit slower. Before the final verdict, let me offer to you the drawbacks as I feel them. The NVMe slot dependency isn't ideal as a starter. The fact that you sacrifice your Thunderbolt port, yet a second monitor is still connectable. There's no SD Express card support, which could be a bummer for some creators, and yes, it is a bit more expensive than some of the Thunderbolt 4 alternatives.
Bottom line, and to me, the Beelink Mate Mini feels not just as a very affordable option, it's actually the only truly functional expansion or dock I can easily recommend for your Mac Mini setup, because not only it enables you to run up to 16 terabytes of extra storage, it does it in a very seamless way without making you sacrifice your warranty and making you some drives which are manufactured for not too popular companies. And these extra ports, yes, sometimes they can be extremely helpful depending on the situation. So that's my opinion, and that's how I feel about the Mate Mini by Beelink. About your opinion and the experience of many other people, you can check in the comment section down below the video, and thank you very much for watching this review to the end. Please support my hard, honest work over here. You can use any of the affiliate links which are posted down in the description. You can give me a like, subscribe to the channel for more cool tech inspections, and I, Michael, gonna see you very, very soon in my next review. Have a great day.